Have you ever wondered why you just binged that entire series when you promised yourself you'd go to bed early? Or why that bag of chips seems so much more appealing than the healthy snack you prepared? It's not a lack of willpower. It's your brain's ancient programming running on modern software. Let's dive into why your brain so often seems to choose the wrong path, and what you can do about it. It all starts with a concept called evolutionary mismatch. Our brains are incredibly powerful, but they were forged in a very different time, the era of our hunter-gatherer ancestors. For them, survival was about immediate threats and immediate rewards. Find food now. Eat it now. See a predator. Run now. Save energy whenever possible. This ancient operating system is hardwired to prioritize short-term survival and pleasure. The problem is, we now live in a world of long-term goals, like saving for retirement, building a career, or getting in shape, but our brain's default setting is still stuck on what feels good right now. To understand this better, we can turn to the groundbreaking work of Nobel laureate Daniel Kahneman. He introduced the idea of two systems of thinking. System 1 is your fast, automatic, intuitive, and emotional brain. It's the one that makes snap judgments and operates effortlessly. It asks what you use to drive a familiar route or know that 2 + 2 = 4. System 2, on the other hand, is your slow, logical, and deliberate brain. It's the one you use to solve a complex math problem or learn a new skill. System 2 requires a lot of mental energy. Most of our daily decisions, about 95% of them, are handled by the speedy System 1 to conserve that precious energy, and that's usually fine. But when we're tired, stressed, or hungry, System 1 completely takes over. It looks for the easiest, most comfortable option, which often leads to those impulsive choices we later regret. So when you choose Netflix over the gym after a long day, it's not you being lazy. It's your exhausted system handing the controls over to System 1, which screams rest and reward now. This leads us to another powerful force: present bias. Our brains are terrible at valuing the future. They have a built-in tendency to overvalue immediate rewards and heavily discount future ones. Think about it. Would you rather have $100 today or $150 in 6 months? Most people instinctively take the money now, even though waiting would be more profitable. This is the same logic that makes the immediate pleasure of a donut outweigh the distant, abstract goal of better health. Your brain literally perceives the future reward as less valuable, less real. Then there's the negativity bias. Our brains are like Velcro for bad experiences and Teflon for good ones. Psychologists have found that a negative event or a piece of criticism has 3 to 5 times more impact on our emotional state than a positive one of the same intensity. This makes perfect sense from a survival perspective. Our ancestors had to be hyper-aware of dangers to stay alive. Missing a berry bush wasn't fatal, but missing a predator definitely was. In our modern world, this bias translates into a powerful fear of loss, rejection, and failure. We're so afraid of what might go wrong that we often avoid taking risks that could lead to incredible growth and positive outcomes. We choose Z, the safe but unfulfilling path, because our brain is screaming about potential dangers, drowning out the whispers of potential rewards. And once we're on a path, even a bad one, our brain works hard to keep us there. This is called confirmation bias. We actively seek out information that confirms what we already believe and ignore anything that contradicts it. If you've decided that your habit of procrastinating is just how you are, your brain will cleverly find evidence to support this identity. It will highlight the times you succeeded under pressure and conveniently forget all the stress and missed opportunities. This bias locks us into our patterns, making it incredibly difficult to see that we're on the wrong track and need to change course. On top of all this, we're battling other mental traps like loss aversion, where the pain of losing something is felt much more intensely than the pleasure of gaining something of equal value. And the status quo bias, our tendency to stick with what's familiar, even if a new option is clearly better. Why do we stay in jobs we dislike or use outdated software? Because change requires effort, and our brain is a master of energy conservation. Remember System 2? It gets tired easily, so whenever it can, it defaults to the path of least resistance, which is often the easy, familiar, and ultimately wrong path. Now, hearing all this might feel a bit discouraging, as if you're fighting a losing battle against your own biology. But here's the most important takeaway. Your brain isn't broken. It's not flawed. It's simply a magnificent piece of survival hardware using Stone Age software to navigate a high-tech world. It's trying to protect you by favoring comfort, familiarity, and speed. The key isn't to fight your brain, but to understand its nature and work with it. So, how can we do that? Let's talk about some practical fixes. The first and most powerful strategy is to design your environment for success. Make the good path the easiest path. If you want to stop scrolling on your phone at night, don't rely on willpower alone. Leave your phone in another room. If you want to eat healthier, have healthy snacks, prepped and visible, and hide the junk food. By changing your environment, you're retaking the decision-making burden off your tired system 2 and making the right choice, the automatic one, for system 1. Second, introduce a simple pause. When you feel the pull of an impulsive decision, just stop for a moment, take a deep breath, and ask yourself one simple question. How will I feel about this choice in 24 hours? This short circuit breaker is often enough to engage your logical system too, and help you see past the immediate gratification to the future consequences. It's about giving your wiser, future-oriented self a chance to speak up. Finally, and perhaps most importantly, practice self-compassion. Stop beating yourself up for making wrong choices. Your brain is just doing what it evolved to do. When you slip up, don't see it as a failure of character. See it as a data point. What was the trigger? Were you tired, stressed, hungry? Understanding these patterns allows you to befriend your brain instead of fighting it. You can learn its tricks and its tendencies, and gently guide it toward the choices that align with your long-term goals and happiness. It's not about achieving perfection. It's about making progress by understanding the incredible machine inside your head. Thanks so much for watching. If this gave you a new perspective on your own mind, hit that like button and subscribe for more insights into making your brain work for you, not against you. See you in the next one.